We are watching a series of videos on data visualization using Tableau. In last session, we saw how we can create a hierarchy in the product related dimensions, namely category, subcategory, and product name. We have another set of dimensions that are amenable to create a hierarchy, which is geolocation dimensions. And this includes country, then state, then city, and then postal code. We can create a hierarchy among these and explode the hierarchy to visualize various charts. Now, you may be thinking, why not region? As we have discussed in one of our previous videos, that region, even though it appears to be a geographical entity, it doesn't have a fixed geographical boundary. Different countries or different companies may decide to define different regions according to their own administrative units. And that's the reason why region cannot be a standard geographical entity. And this is clear from the fact that the data type for region is a string and not a geolocation. So we leave region out for the purpose of this hierarchy. So let us create the hierarchy. So the highest level is the country, and below that is state, since we are ignoring region. So we'll drop state on country, and the name of the hierarchy, we'll call it as geolocation hierarchy. And we can now bring the city below the state, and then we can bring the postal code below the city. Just make sure you drop it in the right place. Now you have the hierarchy. Last a few sessions back, we saw that there are two geolocation maps. One is called the fill map, the other is called the symbol map. Let us first try the fill map. Remember, in fill map, we can accommodate only one measure because the measure is depicted by the range of color and the area is taken up by the area of the geo. So let us use sales as our measure, and we will use the geolocation hierarchy this time instead of taking a city or a country, and we'll put sales in the rows and go for a geolocation map. Now you can see here that we can remove this, that because for this particular data set, all the data is related to US, there's only one country that is highlighted over here, and that is US. We can explode this and see the sales at the state level. We can further explode this and see the sales at the city level. But one thing you would notice that Tableau is not identifying the city by area. So the lowest unit Tableau can identify in the form of an area is the state. If you go further down, you see the postal code, but again, Tableau is identifying not by an area, but by the circles. So actually, this chart is not very suitable to be reached in this format of hierarchy, because the only useful chart in this hierarchy is the state chart, which we could have built, and we have already built this without even creating the hierarchy. So if you look at this particular map, which is the fill map, the hierarchy doesn't provide us any extra benefit. We can use a filter, for example, which we did in the previous case. For example, I can select California and keep that. It's California, okay, and it will show me the states, the cities within California. But again, it doesn't show me the area of the cities. So the area map will not be of any use beyond the state level. So this particular area map is probably not a very good map to look at when you're looking at the fill map is not a very good map to look at when you are looking at geographical entities. However, since we have built it, we'll keep it over here and we'll explore the other map, which is the circle map. Just update the name. This time, let us create other map, which is the symbol map, where each location is identified as a circle. And here, as we have seen earlier, we have two attributes to play around with. One is the size of the circle, the other is the color of the circle. And let us use the size for the purpose of sales and the color for the purpose of profit. So we'll bring geolocation, the column, and sales, the rows, and color, profit to color. Change this color from divergent. Okay, so and we are going to bring it. So it has reversed. Profit has become size and sales has become color. We don't want that. Remove this. Put sales in the size. Profit color. Better. Change this color to red green. Red green. Now at the country level, again, this chart doesn't mean much because there's only one country in this particular example. And moreover, this country is shown by a circle, which also is not something that we would is visually appealing. For bigger geographical entities like country and state, will be more used to seeing an area rather than the circle. But we can't have both. So here we have decided to have the circle map. So you have to have circle at all the levels. But let's see what happens when you break this down. When you go to the state level, at this stage, things are becoming slightly more interesting. We can see there are certain states which are making losses. The size of the circle indicates the sales. We can make the size a little bigger, one. But again, visually it is not that appealing because we would have expected the sales to be shown as a form of an area in the field, as we saw in the field map. But this is a circle map, and we have to continue the circle map so that the country level and the state level, this doesn't have a lot of impact. However, once we go to the city level, at this level, we are we have come back to a familiar map which we have done before. And at this level, things become much impactful because we expect cities to be shown in circle because they are smaller geographical entities. And the area of the circle shows the sales and the color shows the profit. And the good thing is that now if we go down to the postal code level, we get a very good picture of the individual postal codes where the sales are high, but the profit is low. Like this postal code, you can see here is Santa Antonio postal code 78207. The sales seems to be reasonably high. The profit is very low. This one also is a problem. 322116 postal code, Jacksonville, where the sales seems to be really high, but the profit is very low. On the other hand, this guy, Lafayette, postal code 47905, here the sales seems to be okay, moderate, but seems to be a very profitable postal code. We have a very profitable postal code over here. It's New York City 10004. And the good thing is that, like last time, we can drill down to specific postal code. Let's say within Texas, if I want, I can drill down further. Let's say keep only and check the cities which are profitable and which are not profitable. And we can see in Texas, it's not that all cities are doing that bad. We have this city, Austin, which seems to be okay. I mean, it's zero profit, but at least it's not negative. This guy, Houston, seems to be a real problem. You have this one, Fort Worth, again, which seems to be okay in the sense that it is at least not making any losses. But this guy is a big problem. So I can actually filter down, and if I want, I can just filter this further and see if there is any postal code. Now this one only has one postal code, and this is one of the problems that we mentioned, that if we use the filter in this fashion in the sheet, then the once you apply the filter, the color range considers only the values that is there within the filter. Hence, suddenly something that was red becomes green. So that can be confusing to the viewer. So it can be considered like a data lie. Later on, we'll see that in dashboard how these kind of things can be handled. So actually, if you see the filters, if we apply in specific sheets, they have their own limitations. If you have to apply filters, you should apply that on a dashboard, which we are going to see at a later point of time. So as of now, let me just remove these filters, come back to the original one, and this gives you an idea about how we can create a hierarchy in that geographical dimension. Let me change the sheet name. There's say geolocation hierarchy. Circle, circle map. Okay. Need this, this. Okay. Do not forget to save your work before you exit.